Can AMD's RDNA2 6800 XT beat Nvidia's RTX 3080? Should you wait or buy an RTX now before prices hike? Let's find out. So there's growing speculation on the net that AMD's big Navi RDNA2 next gen RX 6000 series GPUs could pull off a minor miracle by beating Nvidia's just released Samsung 8nm RTX 3000 series GPUs in terms of price per performance, due to AMD's GPUs being on TSMC's 7nm process, which gives them a small advantage in terms of thermals towards overcoming Nvidia's huge GPU lead. Now that AMD know what Nvidia have to offer, so can fine-tune their RDNA2 GPUs in terms of clock speed and power consumption to give them that final push towards catching up to Nvidia by bridging the price performance gap towards ensuring that their gaming GPUs come in cheaper than Nvidia alternatives, namely the 3070 and 3080, i.e. say $649 or $500 against $699 for the RTX 3080, and so on for the 3070, and soon to be joined by the budget 3060 Ti, though I doubt most are going to be able to get a 3080 anywhere near $699. For instance, Scan Computers in the UK are currently selling an RTX 3080 Founders Edition for £715, which converts into $930. So there's a huge discrepancy in price. Anyway, if you can get a Founders Edition, maybe you should act sooner rather than later. AMD were already touting a 50% increase for RDNA2 over RDNA1 that will likely now be tweaked to the point where they edge out Nvidia in terms of price per performance, thus delivering a likely or possible 60% leap in performance, just as Nvidia is or was touting a 90% leap, though the benchmark's down to a real world increase of about between 30% and 70% depending on gaming resolution and CPU bottlenecks, as illustrated by gazillions of fellow YouTubers having been busy pumping out benchmarks that can be all condensed down into percentage gains over the 2080 and 2080 Ti. Taking a look at the 3080 versus the 2080, then at 1080p the 3080 will average a gain of 40% over the 2080. At 1440p the gain will average about 50% in games, whilst the biggest games will be at 4K, resulting in a performance increase of about 70%. So the performance difference between resolutions is due to CPU bottlenecking, i.e. at higher resolutions the GPUs do a lot more work, and maybe the new Zen 3s, i.e. AMD Zen 3s, will give a greater boost in performance, though you will have to upgrade your CPU as well then, so double the cost. Whilst against the 2080 Ti at 1080p will yield about a 16 to 18% performance increase. At 1440p a gain of around 21%, whilst at 4K a whopping 31% increase in performance. And don't forget the 3080 is about half the price of a 2080 Ti, whilst the 3080 gains up to 70% on the 2080, which was also a $700 or $800 GPU at launch, as this graph further illustrates just how big a leap the RTX represents when compared to previous GPU generations. So AMD are likely to match the RTX 3070, but are going to find it tough to come close to the performance of the 3080 in terms of price versus performance. And I cannot see AMD getting anywhere near the RTX 3090 with a top end GPU, likely the 6900 XT, which explains Nvidia's price difference between the 3090 and 3080. Nvidia know AMD can't get close to the 3090, so it can charge double the price for the 3080. Another strong indicator that AMD is going to find it tough to match, i.e. beat the Nvidia's 3070 and 3080, is the fact that there is a 3-week delay between the release of Zen 3 and RDNA 2, which suggests Zen 3 will be good, whilst RDNA will be disappointing. Therefore, prospective GPU buyers should not consider delaying buying an Nvidia Founders Edition card, because I cannot see AMD matching, let alone beating the likes of the 3080 in terms of price versus performance. The only delaying factor would be if one is considering waiting for the 3070 Ti or the 3080 Ti, rather than contemplate paying a daft price for the RTX 3090. And watch out for different VRAM variants to appear. There will be also a budget 6GB RTX 3060 Ti and hopefully a 20GB 3080 Ti, which is the one I am most likely to go for. But as things stand, I don't think consumers are going to get a better deal than the RTX 3080 Founders Edition for $699 direct from Nvidia, because the market price is already substantially higher, i.e. upwards of $200 higher for a 3080. And let's hope the crypto miners don't buy up all the stock and further force prices higher by triggering another round of crypto mining gold rush. The bottom line is I don't see AMD beating Nvidia in absolute benchmarking terms, i.e. the 5700 XT versus the 3070, but rather matching or trying to match Nvidia in terms of price per performance terms. So I'm not swallowing the speculative frenzy surrounding RDNA2 performance out there, as the jump in performance of Nvidia's 3000 series GPUs is far too large for AMD to bridge. So I stand by my earlier video conclusion that Nvidia have cornered the GPU market for the next 2 years or so. Anyway, competition from AMD has forced Nvidia not to hike the prices of the 3000 series, which is good news for all consumers. Let's hope the market prices are somewhere near Nvidia's MSRP. Like I say, it's already tough to get in the UK, especially anywhere near $699, where the Founders Edition is being sold for $930. So that's quite a jump, a good third higher in price. And do remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel for the next video in this GPU war series that clearly Nvidia is winning. However, for AMD, they are winning the CPU war against Intel, which is basically disappearing. So I'm definitely looking forward to Zen 3 processors with my eye on the 5950X. Yes, they are likely to be 5000 series, not 4000 as most keep broadcasting. So a 5950X is what I'm aiming for. 16 core IPC increase of around 18 to 20%. That will be my ideal CPU that will go well with a 3080, RTX 3080, a 5950X plus RTX 3080 Ti, maybe, if the price is not ridiculously high. Put those two together and that will do me well for a good 4 years of computing. So do remember to subscribe for the next video in this series as we count down to Zen 3.